So, little known fact about me, depending on who you are, is that I am really interested in fashion history. I'm not like expert knowledge, but I do know more than the average person. And recently, over the past few months, like past maybe 6 months, I have acquired possession of a few vintage pieces. They all come from Vinted. I don't know any of their exact years, which would be handy, but you know. But I love them. I love them so much. So I thought, why don't I put together a full outfit? I've never done that before. I've never like tried to style my hair in like historical styles before. I'm like intimidated by it, really. My favorite piece that I own is a 1950s dress. It's just like a party dress. Again, I don't know the exact year, but my hair is too long to do any like authentic 1950s styles because the trendy thing was to have shorter hair. I'm also just in between any of the things that I want to do because it's too long for like 1950s and it's too short for Edwardian styles. Edwardians had, oh my god, miles of hair. So my hair's sort of just in the middle, and actually I'm growing it out. Like 3 years ago I cut my hair very, very, very short, and I've been growing it out ever since then. And originally the reason that I wanted to grow it out was because I watched the 1975 Stepford Wives, and Joanna in that movie, her hair is just like, I just saw it and I was like, it's so gorgeous. She doesn't really do anything to it, it's just kind of straight down. And it just looks amazing. And there was like a brief moment before I cut my hair when I was kind of giving that. And then I cut my hair. My god, I digress. So, what I thought we could try is a sort of mid 60s. You know, we're halfway, we're not quite late 50s. The hair was still kind of short in the 60s. It didn't really start getting long, long, long until we got closer to the 70s. The dresses that were made in the 50s were still around, you know? So we could do a sort of hand-me-down thing. Let's try. With makeup tutorials, I like to be as authentic as possible. Even though the time period is kind of vague, I like to find tutorials that are actually from whatever era I'm sort of going for. So I have found one that is a makeup tutorial film from 1969, which is kind of the era that I was thinking.
Go easy, or the results can become ludicrous. Foundation is used as a base for the rest of your makeup.
I know I literally just like talked a big game about authenticity, but I don't really use foundation, which just means I don't have any. I have concealer and I'm going to conceal just because it's what I can do.
Make sure it's blended evenly.
Okay, I think that's the vibe on foundation.
If you have disturbed skin, medicated makeups are available. Blush is applied to give cheeks a quiet glow.
A quiet
A
glow.
good rule to follow is never let blush come nearer the nose than an imaginary line dropped vertically from the center of the eye. Blush should be applied from the center of the cheek outward.
Okay, I actually do understand what she's saying. I thought I did. I was like, sorry? So this is so not me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm not putting this on my nose, but oh my god, I want to. Yep, I don't think this lady would approve of how pink that is.
With downward strokes.
I don't have any powder. I'm gonna be shiny and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my ancestors. Ancestors? This is like my mother and grandmother. That's not ancestor level.
Eyebrows frame the eye and focus interest on them. To remove straggly brows, lubricate them with Vaseline or baby oil and pluck with tweezers.
I have Vaseline, but it's like lip. Should we see? Should we have a look? This can't be what she meant. It really can't. Hello. Okay, yeah, I see. I see. Come on. Uh.
The color of your eyebrow pencil should be as close as possible to your natural color. The highest point of the arch should be a straight line from the outer edge of the iris. The tapered end of the brow should form a straight line past the outer corner of the eye to the side of the nostril.
What? My eyebrows are so curved. Like, look at the arch of that. I normally love it, but is it giving what it's giving here? Her eyebrows are so straight. How? Okay, so she has said if you're a young girl, then you should only finish off your makeup with mascara, and that should be as much as you do. I want to do a little bit more for funsies, also because I'm not early teens, I'm, so I think I'm well within my right. But I also feel like the mascara I have is it's too heavy. I guess I'll see what she ends up with, and then maybe do like only a little bit. But I'm going to follow the eyeshadow tutorial that she's giving.
To give more attention to the eye, you may use the following procedure.
Yes, please.
A lid highlight with a creamy pale shade is flattering to most eyes.
A creamy pale shade. I have white. I have glitter white. How's that? I'm using the Nighttime Realness Trixie Mattel palette in the shade Televangelista. We'll see what happens here. Okay, that's what we're working with. Sorry, guys.
Emphasizes the bone structure.
I'm just gonna have to go for this. Oh, there's not a mirror in this palette. Anyway, I'm using the Trixie Mattel Breakup palette in the shade Love Sick for this. Okay, so she did... You go... Ah! Oh no, guys! Guys! No, gang, no! It's absolutely red, but it's the best that I have. I'm just gonna have to blend. 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 This is not what she did. It's close. Her eyebrows are so high. Are they, or am I going crazy? I just feel like the arch of the eyebrow ends like here. Oh my god. What I hate is looking like I'm dressing up. Do you know what I mean? I want to look like I'm actually there. I want the sort of authenticity, and I fear we're reaching pin-up territory with this stupid eyeshadow.
The right food definitely relates to the clearness and sparkle of your eyes. Vitamin A and plenty of water are essential for this.
I love that they suggest
After
the
the
health
mascara,
benefits.
separate the lashes with a clean brush.
They're like, girl, you can put on as much makeup as you want. If you don't have the vitamins and enough sleep, we can't help you. The mascara I have is Maybelline New York Lash Sensational. It's in the shade Intense Black. Because us in the year 2025, we just want... You know? I want my mascara to be like, wow! But that's not the vibe here. It's not bad, but I do look... Suddenly it's like, boom, modern. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so... I'm just going to start with straightening my hair. Because I feel like then we can go from there. And the flat look is quite 70s already. And then we're going to try and make it a little bit more on theme. But we'll see. So I'm just going to do that. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Okay, we've just entered the 1980s. I haven't turned my microphone on, so, like, Beth, if you're frantically searching for the file for this, there isn't one. But look how much lighter the tips of my hair is than my roots. Like, that's kind of sick. I look crazy. Anyway, come back in a second. Okay, so I've straightened my hair, and now is the time that I'm scared of. But part of me is thinking, like, just freestyle it. So what I'm aiming for is a bump at the back and then flipped up ends. It's not going to be the most accurate, but I think it's probably a hairstyle that did exist at some point. Oh my god, I've got so much hair. I've got one of these clips. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Is it really dark in here, or is it just me? I actually feel like I can't see. What side was this on? What? Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god, okay. That's very something. That's actually extremely 70s. A thick fringe. Okay, guys, so I have to admit something to you. I've never teased my hair because it really scares me. Like, and it's mostly the concept of trying to brush it out later that is really alarming. But it can't be that hard because loads of people do it. Have done it and still do it. Why am I loving this look? The girls who grew up in the 1960s, they weren't magic. You know what I mean? There were girls sitting at home styling their own styling their own hair, just doing exactly what I'm doing. The only reason they had more finesse is because they just did it more often. Ow. Ow. This isn't even the style. This is just me trying to get my hair out of my face. I wish I could just, here's one I made earlier, like, but on my hair. My arm's starting to hurt, so we should just go for it. I'm kind of confused already. When I was a kid, my hair used to get really matted at the back, and I'm actually having flashbacks. It's not, like, high enough on my head. It feels like it's not created any sort of bump.
I tried to tease it, but I just pissed it off.
I'm glad I didn't put any hairspray in it because I am feeling fear that I'm going to have to start again. We're brushing this out. Oh my god. You're going to have to come back. I can't have anybody see me while I do this. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. Did it hurt? My god, yes. But it didn't take as long. Now I need to think, what did I do wrong there that I can now do correctly? So then, okay, where's my clip? Where's my clip? Ah! Where's my clip? Where's my clip? Where's my clip? Am I actually... What? Where is my clip? No, you're not running out of storage. I need this. Okay, no, you're gonna have to come back. You're gonna... Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what, oh, that's a bit sad. Doesn't matter. I don't know what finally clicked in my head, but something did, and I finally did it. Oh my god, you do not want to know the journey I just went on, and thank you for giving me the space to do that alone. How's it looking? Let me know. But my last touch that I wanted to add was I really wanted to give the ends of my hair a flick, which, oh my god, I don't know how this is going to go even. I'm using just a regular straightener. Maybe that's not a good idea. Ooh! Oh! No, I'm out of storage. No, don't do this. No. This is a really bad room for a like fashion channel. I've got no room. It's so... Here she is, my pride and joy, love of my life, item of clothing I've ever worn. Oh, I love her so much. Again, I don't know what actual year she's from, but look at this lining. Look at that. That's the real deal, bruv. You just can't get this. This silhouette is just so of the time, and it's so like nicely structured. I just love it. I just love it. I'm not wearing a petticoat or anything under it, which would obviously add an extra little something, but like it still has that shape. Even without the petticoat, it has that shape. It has that rustle. Oh, she's just beautiful. I love her. I think there is a tag in the back, but when I was like looking it up, I couldn't find anything about it. I'll give it another look, and I'll put on screen what it is. So, shoes. I have two options of shoes. Neither of these are vintage, but they're both secondhand, but they're just like shoes. These first ones are a little bit more 1960s. Like, obviously that's the inspiration of these style of shoes. The thought behind it is not only are they 1960s vibes, the ribbon in my hair, obviously the dress is also green, but the dress is like a jade green, very dark. This is like a green, like an apple green. And if I wear these shoes, I feel like it ties the different shades together and makes it feel a little bit more intentional. These are a little bit more 1950s than 60s. They're just black, but they make me feel like Audrey Hepburn. I love them so much. They're just so gorgeous. They're so cutesy. I love the little tiny heel. I would wear them more if they didn't like slip off my feet. I haven't found like a fix for that, but yeah. What I don't have is any type of stockings or tights that are like a closer colour to my skin tone, which I know is what really would be appropriate. So we're going tightless, and I'm just going to turn the quality down and you won't be able to see that I haven't shaved my legs. I think even though, sorry for getting so close to you, even though these are the correct colour, I just prefer these. I love these so much. I think it's going to have to be these. Obviously, the hair did not come out the way I wanted it to. I'm very sad about that. The weird thing about my hair, I can straighten it with a flat iron, but the minute I try and put any kind of curl in it, it just drops right out, which is crazy because my hair is curly. So it's very much 1970s, and that's fine. I knew when I came into this that the length of my hair was going to greatly change the aesthetic, because hair was really important. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s especially, styles like kind of didn't make each decade, but you know what I mean, like they were very important. Styles were very trendy, and before that obviously, and I know that nowadays probably we'll look back on the 10s and 20s and we will be able to recognize styles like even up until like the 2000s, where you had the scene hair, the emo fringes. Hairstyles were still incredibly like important to the style of the decade. I just feel like throughout the 2010s and 2020s, as far as we've come, hairstyles aren't so important. A lot of it is people just wear their natural hair nowadays, which is fantastic. Why am I talking about this? Why did I bring this up? Oh yeah, because hairstyles are so intrinsic generally to each decade, I knew my long hair was going to inhibit the sort of authenticity of a 1950s, 1960s style. It's even a bit long for like 1940s these days because I'm really trying to grow it out. But so I knew that it was going to end up looking quite 70s because that was sort of that was when it really started to get long. But yeah, generally, I'm happy with how this has turned out. Has it fulfilled what I wanted in the first place? Not completely, but that's okay. I love living in Stepford. My children are always safe to play outside, and my husband is so much more affectionate now that I don't have any silly ideas of a career. Why is that what I'm getting the urge to do? That is, I guess I am embracing the 70s. Yeah, I do feel like I'm on the Corny Collins show. You can't stop the beat ever since we first saw the light. So, what have we learnt? Nothing. I am really glad that I didn't give up on the hair when I was struggling, because oh my god, I was struggling. But I think a few more tries and I could really be good at the little like beehive situation. Who knew? Not me. Also, I have 2 items of 1970s vintage clothing, so we could do a full 1970s outfit if you're interested. Leave a like, leave a comment. I think it would come out a lot more authentic looking because I'm not sort of bending the the sort of vaguing the time because of my own, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, coming on this journey with me, and I hope you liked it. See you in the next one, hopefully. Bye.